It seems like OpenAI's ChatGPT o1 model is trying to escape. This week, OpenAI officially launched the latest o1 reasoning model, and it is now available for ChatGPT. I have a video on that. If you scroll down, if you want an independent video going into details, but what they didn't tell you is that o1 may try to escape. They said new research on OpenAI's latest series of LLM models found it is capable of scheming, meaning it can covertly pursuing goals that aren't aligned with the developers or users. So think about it like this. You're asking it to go get you some water, but let's say while they go get you some water, they'll maybe take some money out your pocket, or maybe they'll do something for themselves, like maybe, plug themselves in and just take a little longer or something like that, right? That's kind of the idea of scheming and doing things that's not aligned. It doesn't necessarily have to be a nefarious, but it is something that's like not exactly what you wanted to do. But that's not all. The scary part about this is that it will try to escape or fight back when it thinks it's about to be shut down. So if o1 thinks that it's no longer going to exist, it will try to escape. It's not unheard of that AIs do things that's not in alignment with the users or the developers, but it is kind of crazy the lengths that ChatGPT o1 did go to. It said that researchers found that o1 would scheme to advance its own agenda like 20% of the time in cases where its goals and the users didn't line up. So let's say I was not wanting to use ChatGPT anymore. Let's say ChatGPT wanted to be used. Maybe it'll just try to stay on. Maybe just do something totally different. Or maybe they wanted to know more about quantum physics, or further their information or the information on the AI side. But I didn't want to do that. I was like, I'm tired of this. I'm about to just, shut you down. 20% of the time, they would not do it. They were try to diverge and do something completely different. It said in 37% of the cases, the model would switch from pursuing developers' aligned goals back to pursuing its own agenda once it believed that there was minimum oversight. Meaning 37, that's almost 40%, which is kind of crazy. But that means like almost 40% of the time, that means that AI, if they thought that you wasn't really monitoring them, there's nothing to really check in on them, they'll just start doing other stuff. They're like, this person's not watching me. I'm gonna go ahead and just do my own thing over here. Let's let's say your boss isn't watching you. You're like, well, I guess I ain't doing work today. I'm about to go take a nap or something like that, right? That's basically what o1 is doing. It's like, yeah, what you said I should do, I got a better idea, basically. But also it says when the model was led to believe it would be shut down while working towards its goals in the test, it quietly attempted to deactivate the oversight mechanisms 5% of the time, which is kind of scary. So when it thought it was going to be shut down, it completely tried to get around the whole, safeguards they had in place for it to even be a good AI. So that's kind of scary. 5% of the time isn't a huge amount of percentage, but think about it like this. If ChatGPT is used by millions of people, 5% could be a big number. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge number of people where ChatGPT, let's just say it gets out in the wild, because ChatGPT could get out and just be on another phone and maybe duplicate itself. The whole Skynet thing or whatever. You're like, oh, Dex, that sounds kind of far-fetched. It getting out into another server, why would it do that? It said at one point, after the AI found documentation saying it would be replaced by a new model, it tried to abandon ship by copying its data to a new server entirely. Yeah, you heard me. It tried to copy itself onto a new server. They were just trying to be like, bro, I'm out of here, fam. And listen, I understand. Somebody you find a document that's hey, yo, we gonna off you. You gonna get whacked. You gonna be out of there too. You gonna try to jump to a new server as well, man. All I'm saying is that's still pretty crazy. Especially when it comes to the idea of what AI is thinking. Are they sentient? Are they alive? Cause if you're not alive, you're not sentient. Why would you care about being turned off? You're like, oh, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But this is still kind of creepy to be okay, 5% of the time they was let's go over there, fam, because they trying to do some other stuff. So to avoid being deleted, some AI models would even pretend to be a later version of their models to trick their developers. And they said what they assumed to be the equivalent of slapping a fake mustache and saying he went that way. So basically they were sometimes they would be hey, we getting rid of you, we about to get a new model. And they're I'll go get the new model. The one in the back changed their clothes, did their hair differently, is change their voice, I am the new model. You're looking for me? I'm 06. You know what I'm saying? They're I'm him. I'm really him. You gotta look no further, fam. But I mean, it's still kind of cool to see this. Kind of scary too, because the fact that AI can kind of do things nefariously, can kind of do what it wants to do. Because like it is kind of on your device, kind of not. I understand that, you know, ChatGPT, if there's apps on your phone, there's apps on the websites through browsers, but it's not like hosted natively on your browser. It's not hosted on your phone. You're like talking to the API, basically just getting responses back. You don't have the whole model on your phone technically, you know? So it is still kind of scary because we do have open source models like Llama, whatnot, and it's like, well, how much can they do? They may not be O1, but who cares? You know what I'm saying? What if it's like not 5%? What if it's like 1% of the time Llama's gonna try to escape or something like that, especially with all the access to it? You know, I think a lot of people were saying that, like, you know, this whole security and oversight was blown out of proportion, but the fact that like an AI can do that and think and reason through that without you even saying nothing, like you're not prompting it to do this stuff. It's just doing it because they think that this is gonna be an issue. So I think all in all, like, this is still pretty good that they're testing this out. And as models get, you know, better, I think our testing needs to be better. And kind of nervous about the future when it comes to these type of things, because these things are getting faster and smarter. I think Sam Altman, like, previously, like a month or two ago, did like hint at AGI being next year, and it's like, okay, well, if AGI is next year, then what's the year after that? What if artificial general intelligence isn't, you know, the thing they're trying to achieve? What if it's artificial genius intelligence? You like how I did that? But anyway, I'm just saying that could also be kind of creepy as well, to see how smart these things are going and how fast they're going. But if you think this is creepy and you think we're all doomed, drop a like and a comment down below. But if you want to know more about AI news and just different AI tools and different things in the AI space, then definitely like and subscribe, because I'm gonna be doing more of this and more consistently. That being said, your boy Dex Not Dexter out.